عليكم وعليكم السلام السلام عليكم وعليكم السلام.
This product is brought to you by
Oh yeah. London Dawa.
عليكم وعليكم السلام.
The mood is about to change.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and peace be upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just want to thank you all for coming out tonight. And just from the beginning, I want to come and tell you that I'm not here to say haram, 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 haram. That's bad. You shouldn't be doing that. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not the haram police. Woo, 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 haram, woo. No, I'm not here to do that. But what I can tell you is, I'm here because I love you as a fellow Muslim. And I'm not scared to give you the advice that you need. The advice that I need. The advice that the youngsters coming up need. The advice that the elders, the ones older than us, need. But I can assure you that any advice I'm giving you right here, right now, is because I love you. For the sake of Allah. And I love this deen, this religion that we follow. I'm not scared to give you the advice that you need. And right about now, there's an epidemic sweeping the Muslims of today. There is a disease infiltrating the Muslims of today. And that disease, that epidemic, no, it's not Ebola. No, it's not gangrene of your left toe. No, it is dating. Dating. D-A-T-I-N-G. Dating. When a guy and a girl start developing an intimate relationship, an intimate social relationship, sometimes an intimate physical relationship, someone becomes your boyfriend, someone becomes your girlfriend. Dating. And this is the disease that is now amongst the Muslims of today. Oh yeah, it was here yesterday. It was here last year. It was here 10 years ago. But it is at its worst now. With the constant threat and onslaught of social media, it has become even easier to date than ever before. Smartphones, internet, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Twitter. I have to keep going on and on and on. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Because many of you are doing it. In some cases, you have no shame. You go clubbing, partying, slamming with no shame. Proud to put a picture on the internet, on your social media site even, showing it off. Family, friends watching it. You just don't care. What's that about? If you want to see a brother's latest booty call, or girl that he fancies, girl he's dating, girl he's sleeping with, just go to his Facebook site. Go to his Snapchat. Go to any social media that he's involved in. Type his name in and bam, boof, biff. You're going to see who he's dating, who he's sleeping with, who he's got his crush on. Same too with the sisters. Are you that sad that you're looking for love? That you're willing to sell your faith out? Are you that sad and not content that you're willing to sleep around? It's not just the youth. It's middle-aged Muslims. It's old Muslims. Everyone's at it. Type in Muslims for dating on the web and look at the pictures that come up. It's a disgrace. You want to kiss. You want to sex each other up. That's right, I said it. S-E-X, sex. This isn't a spelling lesson. This is just direct language in your face, because you need to visualize what I'm saying. You need to start visualizing what I'm saying to you. Muslims are out there dating and having sex with each other and they're not even married. That's just the bottom line. Now you deal with that. Now if you're one of them, as I said, I'm not here to say haram, haram, haram. What I'm here to say to you is it's time to fix up. It's time to look yourself in the mirror and say, is this the person you want to be? You're the one who said you're Muslim. So being Muslim means you need to make some sacrifices in your life. Being Muslim means you need to start following the rules. Being Muslim means you need to start developing that relationship with your Creator, Allah, the Most High. Your Creator. You love Him. He loves you. He doesn't want that for you. He doesn't want you to have a bad reputation. He doesn't want, in the case of sisters, for boys to disrespect you. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Shama shaikum. Shaikum, shaikum. Shama assalamu alaikum. Can't say assalamu alaikum properly. Assalamu alaikum, sister. All rapping to you, trying to halal you up, just so he can get you into bed. Say the right words. Promise you marriage. And you fall for it just because you're looking for love. Willing to give some guy sex in the hope that he's going to fall in love with you. And guys, what a disgrace. Telling girls that you love them just so you can get sex off of them. At the end of the day, you all need to start taking responsibility for your actions, because very soon the chickens will come home to roost. What goes around does come around. And you're going to look back and say, why did you do that? When that guy gets bored of you, starts looking for someone else, or when that guy starts becoming religious and leaves you hanging and goes and marries some other sister, it would have been the biggest waste of your life. When that sister comes to the realization what a real man is, how a real man should approach sister to get married, when she comes to that realization and lets you go, it's too late. So let's start coming to that realization sooner rather than later, right here, right now. Because dating makes you forget about Allah. It makes you forget about obeying Allah and doing the right thing. The daily challenge of obeying Allah and doing the right thing becomes harder. It becomes less active in your mind, because all that happens is that you become increasingly attracted to that girl that you're in love with, that girl that you fancy, that woman at your workplace that you just can't stop thinking about. That guy with a six-pack who goes around with a tight t-shirt. You know, your thoughts and emotions over time just become obsessed with the concept of dating. Even if it's harmless, the harmless stage, that's just fantasizing. Why waste your time? Why waste your energy and attention? Your iman, your faith, is such a precious thing, you know. Your belief in Allah is such a precious thing, and it needs to grow. Like a little seed being watered, it needs to grow and then eventually blossom. But if you're not feeding that seed with any nourishment, any water, you're stunting the growth. It's taking longer to grow, to blossom. That's like what happens with your iman. If you're not giving it nutrients that it needs to grow, if you're not giving your iman, your faith, sustenance, if you're not developing that relationship with Allah, your creator, and making it a quality relationship, then it's going to take longer to grow, if it does at all. And we don't have any time on our side. We don't have any time on our side. And if you get caught up in the euphoria of being in love, that means you're neglecting other parts of your faith. Maybe your salah, maybe your prayer, maybe you're not praying 5 times a day. You're in a rush to meet this guy, you're in a rush to check out your new status on social media. You actually start neglecting what is being asked of you by your creator, which is to worship him. I mean, many of you maybe even have a sincere intention just to have a platonic relationship or a platonic social interaction with a person, like a friendship, but it's not dating. But you have to understand that temptation is right around the corner, and even friendships can turn into relationships just like that. Yeah, you may go in there thinking that's your friend, but he's going in there thinking you're flirting with him. He's going in there, the guy, thinking you're giving him mixed signals. At work, at college, at university. That's the mindset of people nowadays, and you need to protect that mindset. Although how hard it may be, yes. Who wouldn't want a partner? Who isn't attracted to people of the opposite sex? Who wouldn't want a beautiful wife and a handsome husband, a caring husband, a responsible husband, a wife of knowledge who knows her faith and will be a great mother to their kids? Who wouldn't want this? Who wouldn't want to be physically gratified and have physical relations with the opposite sex? Who wouldn't want that? And we're allowed that. Allah allows this. But you have to be married. Because marriage is a commitment. Marriage is a responsibility. Marriage is when the man loses his boyhood and the boy steps up and becomes a man, a responsible man that has to go and seek out a job, seek out sustenance for his family. Marriage is when a man is looking to satisfy his wife's needs mentally, educational, financially. Marriage is when two people work as a team to get to the Jannah. Now I ask you, if you date a guy out of marriage, where's the commitment in that? Where's the nikah, the contract between you two? Where's the blessings of Allah? There is none. So no matter how good you feel, and no matter how much in love you think you are with the other person that you're dating, there's no good in it. It is haram. It is forbidden. So that false sensation you have is not even reality. Because the reality is you're doing something that Allah hates. And as I said, you love Allah. So why would you do something that He hates? And if that person you're with, the person that you say maybe you want to date or you're dating or that you're in love with, if he himself or herself loves Allah, they would leave you for the sake of Allah. Because they wouldn't want to see you go to hellfire. They wouldn't want to see you go to Jahannam. They wouldn't want to see Allah displeased with you for doing haram. So if that person that's telling you that they love you, if that person that's cuddling up to you and hugging you, that you think that you're in love with, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, I'm up front. This isn't confession corner, by the way. No one's here to confess their sins to me. I'm nobody. I'm just here to give you some straight up advice. You go home and you deal with it. You deal with the matter. You do what you got to do. I'm just giving you some advice. I'm telling you, if that boyfriend that you got loves you, then he would leave you for the sake of Allah. Because he loves you. And he wouldn't want Allah to be displeased with you. If that girl says that she loves you, and you find yourself compelled to see her on a regular basis for the kiss, for that hug and extras, those extras, the ones that get you in trouble, those haram extras, that booty call, if you find yourself being told by a girl that she loves you and she's not married to you, then she doesn't love you. Because if she really loved you, she wouldn't even be with you. She would leave you for the sake of Allah. Now, a lot of you have got a lot of excuses why you date. A lot of you say, oh, but the person's Muslim. Oh, but I'm going to marry that person in the future. Oh, that person doesn't have a wali, a guardian. Oh, it's my best friend. Oh, we're not having sex. Oh, we're not kissing. Oh. Listen to yourself. Just listen to yourself. You're just full of excuses. It's all excuses. Just listen to yourself. If you had someone else come in and telling you that same thing, you'd probably be the first to say you're in denial. You're making excuses. So you have to start listening to yourself and what you sound like. Are these the excuses that you feel comfortable saying on the day of judgment to your Creator when you have to stand in front of Him? You have to stand in front of Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, the Lord of the worlds, Maliki Yawmiddin. Are you happy to sit and say those excuses in front of Him about why you committed zina? Zina. Illegal fornication, And there's many levels of zina. Zina of the eye, zina of the mouth. There's many levels, but it's zina. It's interaction with the opposite sex on a more than friend level, on a girlfriend-boyfriend level. You need to be fully aware of the consequences. I don't think you are. Does your Quran say it's okay to date? You go and show me. Go to your book, go to your Quran now and show me the page in there that it says it's okay to date. In fact, it's the complete opposite. There are very strong words in the Quran about having sex outside of marriage, about having boyfriends and girlfriends outside of marriage, about having any relationship with someone of the opposite sex that you're not married to. Allah in the Quran uses the word transgressor, a sinner, a rejecter of faith. Do you want to be labelled as this? Do you want to be labelled as this? Because you got a girlfriend, because you got a boyfriend? It's as if all your good deeds are going to be in vain. Flushed down the drain. In the hereafter, you're going to be one of the losers. Go to your Quran. I'm not going to come and recite every verse for you, but just go to chapter 5, verse 5. Chapter 23, verse 7. What's the other one? Chapter 70, verse 31. Go and look in your Quran. How Allah describes such relationships as dating, fornication. Allah mentions such words as transgressor and sinner and rejecter of faith because He's trying to show you the dangers and implications that could happen if you go down this course of dating. Because it is a dangerous path to follow and can lead to a whole world of craziness. It can lead to unwanted pregnancies even. It can lead to diseases. It can lead to family feuds. It can lead to fighting. Why risk all of this? Why bring this problem on yourself? You're a Muslim. You are a Muslim. And that means you should love Allah above anything and anyone. So I ask you the question, do you? Do you? Do you follow Islam? Submission? Submission to who? Submission to your boyfriend? Submission to your girlfriend? Submission to getting likes and pings on the internet? No, submission to Allah. Islam, submission to Allah. I'm not telling you it's easy. In a world where people dress half naked outside there on the streets, on a world there where guys are so concerned about being buff and showing their stuff, you know. Every man's driving a BMW, a TT or a Range Rover nowadays to try to impress. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with driving those cars. What I'm saying to you is there's so much out there to tempt you into going down a certain path. It's not easy. So I'll put my hand up and say, be the first one to say it's not easy, but you at least got to try. You at least have to try to stay away from haram. You at least have to try and stay away from all those things that Allah hates. If you want to experience a real love, then before you start with boyfriend and girlfriend, start with the real love for Allah. Because that sensation you have for a boyfriend or girlfriend is not real love. It's not real love. When's the last time you cried? Cried so hard. Why? Because you want to meet Allah. And you can't wait to meet Allah. When's the last time you cried? Because you know that Allah has given you so much. You've cried so hard. When's the last time you said thank you to Allah? Because He knows so many of your secrets and have kept those secrets away from other people. When is the last time that you got on your knees in the last third of the night and said thank you? When's the last time you said thank you to Allah? When's the last time you said thank you for that Creator for giving you everything that you love? For giving you your eyes, your arms, your mouth? When's the last time you said thank you to Allah, that Creator? Because that is true love. Get into the habit of worshipping your Creator. as if you can see him, because verily he sees you. Get in the habit of loving your Creator unconditionally and knowing he's always there for you, wanting you to do the right thing. Allah has blessed you with the light of Islam, showered you with his mercy since birth. Yeah, we all have trials and tribulations, but you're still here, functioning, able to worship him, able to see right from wrong. So Allah has blessed you with Islam. Out of all the people in the world that could have become a Muslim, Allah chose you. Allah chose you. Out of all the people in the world that he could have chose to follow his religion, Islam, his way of life, he chose you. Do you think that he's not going to choose for you a great spouse, a great husband and a great wife if you continuously ask him for that? If you're sincere in your worship of him, if you're continuously asking of him, have faith that he'll give you that as well. But if you cut corners, if you cut off the corners, you're only going to end up with rubbish. You're only going to end up with filth. You're only going to end up with disillusion. And you're only going to realize that maybe 10 years down the line, when you end up marrying that girlfriend, when you end up marrying that boyfriend, and you realize they were never marriage material in the first place. They were never a good dad in the first place. They were never a good wife or mum in the first place. But back in the world of dating, pre-marriage to them, you're all loved up, all jujued up with this love business. You didn't even see that. But start opening your eyes up. Start opening your eyes up. Allah has given you the chance to strive for an everlasting love. Allah has given you a chance to strive for a partner, a spouse, a marriage partner. That's going to be your teammate. That's going to be the mother of your children, the father of your sons and daughters. Not some guy who chats you up. Assalamu alaikum, sister. My name's Chapers. Shama Shaikum, sister. Shama Shaikum. Do you want some halal burger? It's halal, you know. Come on, man. Let's get real here. This path of Islam is unique and special, and you have to work hard to stay on that path. You have to work hard and strive hard to follow these rules. It's not easy. It's not easy. But you'll get through it. And only on the other side will you say, that wasn't even that hard. It's like Ramadan. It's like Ramadan. When Ramadan starts, that first day comes, it's a bit hard, isn't it? But by the middle of it, you're loving it. You're in the moment. And when Eid comes, you look back at all that you accomplished and say, wow, that even went so quick. And you feel that sense of accomplishment. It's exactly the same way when you're looking for a partner. It's not easy. There's temptations out there. There's beautiful sisters out there, beautiful brothers out there. There's people that you're attracted to because of their knowledge or their humility, you know. But you just have to do things the right way. You can't cut corners. And you have to be patient. Patient could be 1 year. Patient could be 2 years. Patient could be 10 years. But you got to be patient. You got to work for it. You can't just sit around and talk about, oh, I want to marry this girl, I want to marry this girl. You're talking fantasy. Do something about it. Doing something about it may not even be looking for the girl. It may be saying to yourself, to marry that girl, I've got to start praying 5 times a day. I've got to start giving my zakat. I've got to start getting a job to pay for this wife when I get her. A sister, you too. You probably say, oh, I can't wait to get married to my dream guy, my knight in shining armor, you know. And then start doing something about it. You want to get married? Start praying 5 times a day. Maybe you have to start wearing hijab. Maybe you don't wear hijab. You've got to start wearing hijab, the head cover. You're going to be a role model to your daughters, you know, an inspiration. You're going to be the hero of your children. Do you think by meeting your partner that's going to be something worthwhile to tell your kids, your children? Oh, mummy, daddy, how do you meet? Oh, we was in a nightclub. Oh, sure, you can't tell her that. Oh, yeah, me and mummy and daddy, we went on our first date to the cinema to see. And, oh, you can't tell her that either. Is that what you want to be? Having all these memories that you can't even reiterate to your children at how you met because you know you should have done it in the first place. No. You all have the strength and patience to get through this stage of dating. It's just one of those things you got to avoid. Okay, you don't eat pork. So as a Muslim, it's easy to avoid pork. you don't drink alcohol. Maybe it's easy to avoid drinking alcohol. It's the same way as dating, your sexuality. You got to try and avoid that as well. It's a strong urge, it's a strong desire, but it's just one of those things you got to avoid and put in the right place. And the beauty of Islam, the true beauty of Allah's system, Islam, is that He rewards you for your efforts. He rewards you for your struggle in this life and in the next. So every time you come across a temptation or desire, or someone is attractive that you feel attracted to and you want to step over the boundary of halal and commit haram, Allah rewards you for avoiding that. Allah rewards you for crossing the road. If you see a bunch of girls coming your way and you think, well, I'm not going to be able to lower my gaze, I should cross the road, man, or walk the other way. Allah rewards you for that. Allah rewards the sisters that wear hijab because they don't want to be a temptation for brothers because they're pretty. Allah rewards those sisters. That's the beauty of struggling in Islam. Allah rewards you. And remember, Allah is also taking you from stage to stage. He's building you up. So when you eventually are able to get married, you're a great man. You're a great inspiration to your wife. You're a great husband. The wife, you're a great wife. You're a great ambassador for your family and a backbone to your husband. Allah's building you up. Maybe you're not ready yet. Maybe you need to see more of the world yet. That's why getting married hasn't been written for you so soon. But don't get complacent. Don't now seek another outlet somewhere else because you can't be patient. Look for other outlets. Learn more about your religion. Read more. Surround yourself with other people that aren't married. Discuss the topic of marriage because you really want to know and understand the merits of marriage. And stay away from those people that keep taking the energy away from you. That when you're around them, they don't remind you of Allah. They don't push you to worship Allah. Instead, they push you to situations that you're so regretful of later. And if you know you're weak, then put your hand up and say, yeah, you are weak, and just avoid those things and outlets that will cause you or attract you or seduce you into displeasing Allah and going against what is prescribed of you in your religion. The bottom line is, just have a short, clear notion in your head that you are not going to date and you have accepted that dating is not what a Muslim does. Don't fantasize about it. Don't, dream about the perfect relationship or romantic encounter or the classic TV and movie love scenario, love affair that's in the movies, that fantasy. No. Be clear on what Islam says about two people of the opposite sex. Be clear about what Islam says about dating. It's not allowed. It's not right. And once you know for sure, you've affirmed that in your head, then at least it's easy to stay away from it. My only example is pork. None of you go near pork. None of you fry bacon. You stay clear away from pork. So what about dating? Why are you even going near it? Why are you compelled to risk it all? But if I was to ask you to go and make me a bacon sandwich or eat some pork, some pig meat, you would never do that. You're sure about that. You're sure pig is haram. You're sure pork is haram. You won't touch it. You won't go near it. You'd be the first to point your finger if you saw someone eating pork. Haram, 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 haram. It's the same way as dating. It's black and white. It's not allowed. Girlfriend, boyfriend, it's not allowed. Fiance, it's not allowed. There's ways to go around getting married. You like someone, you go knock on the door of the father or the family and say, I'm here because I heard this about your daughter. I'm willing to put myself forward as a candidate to marry her. I'd like to, if possible, to organise a date when we could arrange this. Be a man. Step up to the plate. Go to the family. Speak to the brother. Ask if you can talk to the dad. Be a man. If you're a sister and you like someone, Start communicating with your parents and tell them there's this guy that I heard about, this guy that I know from college that has a good reputation, a guy from work. Start speaking to your mahram, your wali, your parents, your family, and tell them there's this guy that you like, and ask one of them to approach him. That's how Muslims do things. It's a simple process. Don't make it difficult for yourself. Because that true love that you'll experience in a halal marriage is nothing like that dramatic TV, romantic movie rubbish, drama, crush that you see. That type of fantasy evaporates into thin air. That's all emotional. That's not logical. Because if you logically look at a relationship, it's easy to see the weaks and strengths of dating. It's easy to see the flaws and haram of dating when you look at what you're doing logically as a dating couple. There's no commitment there. It's just most of the time it's just physical. Most of the time you're talking rubbish, in all honesty. You're talking fantasy, Google gaga Google. You're better off talking to a little baby who can't speak Google gaga Google. You know? Get more clarity out of a baby. Because most people that have this fake false reality love thing, you're just talking pure madness. And that's the truth. Now, the last advice I want to give you, I said I'm not pointing a finger at no one, but if any of you are dating out there, or you got girlfriends, or friendships that you know blatantly are more than that, you know, before you end up on Maury, you are the father. Before you end up on Maury, or worse, Jerry Springer, Jerry, you know, or Jeremy Kyle, doing a lie detector test to find out who the baby is, before you end up on any stupid reality show. So I'm being a bit silly, but in all honesty, before it goes too far, if you are dating, I advise you right now, just make that phone call, make that text, and just call it off. Just say you love Allah too much, you fear Allah too much, and for the sake of Allah, you're going to break up this relationship. It's time to call it a day. Let's go our separate ways. That's how you wipe the plate clean. That's how you wipe the plate. That's how you clean up that mess of dating if you're involved in it. That's how you clean up the mess. You stop the haram. The first step is you stop the haram. It's one phone call, one email away, one text away. Stop the haram. It's over. Yeah, there's going to be maybe a pain, the pain of separation, the feeling of rejection, denial, depression. That's shaitan. That's shaitan whispering up in your ear. You'll get over it. Once you start dealing with the reality that what you shared wasn't real anyway, it was just some love fantasy, you'll get over it. When you've both matured, you never know what could happen. But for now, you have to stop the haram. You have to stop the haram, man. There's no good in what you're doing. And every single day, every single second, you're making a bad deed. Doing something bad that's going to be on your record on the Day of Judgment. Do you want that on your record? Do you want that on your record? In this life, the fear of an unwanted pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, cold sores. I'm not going to go down a whole list of STDs, you know. But barring that, what about your reputation? Your reputation alone. That when you do settle down and do get married, someone's going to say, oh, you know that girl, when she was younger, she used to sleep around with all these guys. Or she used to date that guy. Do you want that reputation with you? When you're there with your son, your daughter, shopping, and some girl turns around and goes, oh, what's up, Mo? What's up, Mo? Do you remember me? And it's your ex from back in the day, your ex-girlfriend. Do you really want that? Surely you don't. Surely you don't. Because I don't want that for you. I want better than that for you. I want you to get married to a pious sister. I want you to get married to a pious brother. I want you to get married to a person that's going to be your teammate, your spouse, that you're going to grow with Islamically, that you're going to love each other both for the sake of Allah. I want you to marry the husband of the year. I want you to marry a sister that's going to be there for you, strengthen you in your knowledge. That's what I want for you. That's why I'm here giving you this advice. Who am I here to tell you off? Who am I here to reprimand you? I'm nobody. But yet I'm a concerned fellow Muslim that loves you for the sake of Allah. I want you to start loving yourself and nurture that relationship that you have with the Creator who loves you more than anything. Then you'll experience the beauty of Islam. Don't think that you're missing something by not dating. That's all I've got to say to you to conclude. Don't think you're missing something if you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend. You're not missing anything. Instead, you're gaining everything. You're gaining everything. You should feel ecstatic that Allah is there waiting for you to turn to Him. You should feel ecstatic, happy that Allah gives you another chance every single day to turn to Him and say sorry for any stupidity that you've done or are doing. You should be so joyous that if you weren't dating but were considering it, that now could be the time that you say to yourself, no way am I ever going to date. It's not worth the headache, the hassle, the haram element. All dating does is make you go further and further away from Allah and further away from the true soulmate and partner that could have been there for you. How many brothers and sisters are you missing out on if you're involved in a dating relationship? How many brothers and sisters know that another brother there is dating? So now you've actually took yourself off the list to get married, because anyone else looking around that sees you, that you date girls and boys, they're not going to marry you. You know? So the more you date, the more you're getting further and further away from actually finding the right person to marry. Not only are you getting further and further away from your religion as well, at the same time. Putting bad deeds on your slate. Just put your faith in Allah. Please, just do that for me. Just put your faith and trust in Allah. Have patience and stay firm on your belief and commitment to Islam. Clear your body and clear your mind and love Allah more than anything else in the world. And remember, Allah can do anything. Allah can do anything. Be patient and trust in Him and ask Him. He can do anything. You know that. I know that. Your prophet is one. Your book is one. And your Lord is one. Let's give ourselves a chance at receiving the blessings of our Creator, of our Lord, by following His religion that He has ordained for us. Let's give ourselves the opportunity to live a life not full of stupid memories that we're going to regret when we get older, just by following or trying to follow the rules of our Creator. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to the future generations of Muslims to come, that maybe one day you're going to be father to, or you're going to be mother to. Inshallah, you'll be a great mother, and inshallah, you'll be a great inspirational father. So I turn to you one last time, my fellow Muslim brothers and sisters, and say that Muslims don't date. Muslims don't date. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The religion before Allah is Islam, submission to His will.
The mood is about to change.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam.
This product is brought to you by...
Oh yeah, oh